Okay, so we'll face this way 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, salute. Okay, first exercise, feet shoulder width, hands up, turning. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. To the side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Okay, hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. 2, 3. To your left. 2, 3. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. 2, 3. To your left. 2, 3. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. 2, 3. To your left. 2, 3. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, hands in your waist. Circular movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center cross. Knees. Circular movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center. Hands on your waist. Neck turning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center. Tilt to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center. Rotating. 1, 2, 3, Reverse. 1, 2, and 3. Center. Hands up. Breathe in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, spread your feet. Turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, and stop. Okay, Sana, stretch it out. Switch. 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 Switch, straighten the front knee. Okay, switch. 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 Okay, Sana. Okay, shake it out. Okay, hands up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, shoulder roll. Okay. Hands in your waist. Reverse. And center. Okay, press, release, exhale, inhale. And stop. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, wrists. Okay, reverse. Okay, palms down. Bigger circle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Okay, hands in your waist. Go side to side. And sana. Okay, press down and lift. Okay, right foot forward, opposite side down. Insert the needle. Switch. And sana. Okay, leg swing. Switch. And sana, side to side. Okay, sana, other side. And sana. Okay, deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Silk grilling. Switch. Okay, center, cross, open and close. Switch. Okay, center. Circular movements. Okay, lower hoop. shoulder height. Elbows down. Okay, lower and palms down. Extend, fingertips pointing down. Extend, lift up the body, straighten the elbows and knees. Okay, deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, diagonal flying. Switch, other side. Okay, center, cloud hands. Okay, palms down. Lift up Carry tiger to the mountain. Okay, infinity sign. Okay, form the fists. Okay, palms together, strum the lute. Turn, draw the bow. Okay, spread the feet. Fan to the back. Okay, raise the hand. Okay, palms down. Deep breathing. Inhale. Okay, good. So we'll go through the form a few times. Ready? Start off with your feet parallel. Preparation. Shift and step up. Press forward. Pass through center. Raise the hand. Bend from the waist. Stalk flap swings. Turn. Toe heel pivot. Brush knee 4 times. Strum the lute. Close the door. Form the fist. And punch. Divert, block, and punch. Cross the arms. Leopard and tiger springs the mountain. Back to neutral. Turn. Fist under elbow. Neutral position. Repulse the monkey 3 times. Okay, hold the ball, diagonal flying. Sit back, insert the needle. Step up. Punch, divert, block, and punch. Cross the arms. Leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Carry tiger to the mountain. Cross the forearms. Raise the left hand. Bend from the waist. Stork flap swings. Toe heel pivot. Left side grasps the sparrow's tail. Single whip. Hold the ball. Reverse the ball. Sit back, stroke down, part the horse's mane. Cross corner. Cross corner. Sink your elbow, turn back to the front. Cloud hands. Okay, deep breathing. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, good. So, everybody okay? Want to run through it again? Then what we'll do is we'll work on some postures, we'll work on some sections in the long form, and we'll focus more on that kicking series like we did last time. Then we'll do the long form. So we start off again. Ready? Preparation. So this is short form Tai Chi Paradigm. fist under elbow. Insert the needle. Fan to the back. Stroke down. Parry and punch. Step forward. Punch. Divert, block, and punch. Cross the arms. Leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Carry tiger to the mountain. Cross the forearms. Raise the hand. Bend from the waist. Stork flaps wings. Left side grasps the sparrow's tail. Reverse the ball, diagonal flying. Stroke down, part the horse's mane. Cross corner, Jade Lady work shuttle. Cross corner, drop your elbow, hook your wrists, pivot your foot, open the stance, cloud hands. Okay, deep breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, so let's go into the right, left side stance. So vertical to horizontal. See, vertical to horizontal, the fundamental positions. So this is triangulation, square to the front, torso movement, rotating to this corner. So what's involved there is the spine stays vertical and plumb while your waist twists in this lumbar area. And there's a little bit of opening in the hips. So that's the oblique body position, vertical hand. Now, you track the nose, the fingertip, and your center line that goes through to the tailbone. Now when we turn, you maintain that line. Okay, now if I turn my hand and then go to horizontal and I rotate back to the front and join the hands, that's your press. So between vertical and horizontal, the body eventually will pick up that body form. Then we have one on the other side. So you're in the vertical triangle position, still in a triangle position, but half of it, right? Because this was sort of the equilateral, and then this becomes the bisect of that line, or that triangle. But that is created by a twisting of the body and a turning of the spine. But then when you turn, you maintain that vertical line that goes to the heel of the back foot. And then we're going to turn to horizontal and press. Okay, so that's two of the positions in Grasp the Sparrow's Tail, two fundamental motions. Really as important as your body sits up on those positions, because muscle memory is that. Now we're standing in this leg position and we project forward. When we separate the hands and roll back, if you track the line from this shoulder to this hip, and then turn this hand over and go horizontally across and push off that shoulder, then reset to center and turn and merge to horizontal, go forward, connect this corner to this hip, that's the bottom corner, go to the other corner and forward. And you sit back and hook your wrists. Right? So you see, when we move in space, it's really those four motions that make up Grasp the Sparrow's Tail. But because we're combining dimension, the movements start to work within the realm of that space, because movement is in space. And space, timing, direction, and geometry is what makes up the movements. So how important is that? It's because movements are created up in here as a motor skill. So every component that we're dealing with has to be programmed. So that becomes a kinetic sequencing of how your musculature is controlling your skeletal structure. And when you move through that space, horizontal and oblique and horizontal and forward and back become relevant, because movements are in space. It's right and left, it's forward and back, and it's up and down, right? And when you cross connect the two sides, you turn into the oblique lines, because space is volume. We have to create the volume of that space and connect the two sides of your body to create the spatial awareness, which is part of proprioception. If you develop this strategy, then the body becomes much more integrated and connected. But that program that sets that up really is valuable, as a course of preventing degeneration of the neurons and the motor skill. So when you build this, it's really just a simple movement like this, but to get the right and left sides of your brain to work together, it builds a relationship in the body. And that's simply Grasp the Sparrow's Tail. Done many, many times in the long form, because this is a key posture in this movement. Now, the manipulation of skeletal structure is taking your skeleton and maneuvering in different directions. You're turning your hands, you're folding, you're unfolding, you're creating the roundness and movement, the linear movement tied to the geometry of position, which is the circles, the triangles, and the square movements. So squareness, when you go to here, the side, there's one point, then you come to this, that's a cross position on the diagonal, it comes here. But to turn horizontally across here, your body has to be level. And you have the horizontal line. And that's that horizontal. When you get to this point and you push forward, the body's turning. It appears to be straight, but yet it's slightly curving back to that center. So that's a term called seeking the straightness from the round. So when you do the Tai Chi movements, it's really just manipulating a skeleton to create circles, triangles, squares, phase together in the movement as you pass through the different dimensions. So that's what you have to practice as a single posture. You have it on both sides, but by doing it this way, slowly just repeating the same movement over and over, now you develop spatial awareness. And if you track your lines looking in the mirror, you can see the consistency of the motion based on the geometry of the position. So you can see the slanted line as an oblique, the horizontal line as a moving across off the front shoulder, and you turn to this one. Now you see the oblique line, and you come back to here. Now you see the cross hand. With the cross hand, see the elbows. You see the horizontal, oblique. See, so we pass through these as a course of the motion. And what really ends up happening is you just change the hands and you move the body. You change the hands and you move the body. But the bodies are tied to the legs, so you also manipulate the lower apparatus or your lower appendages, which is your knees, your shoulders, your elbows. So that's part of the training. It seems like we're standing on one leg for a long time, but the strength in your legs is not because they're getting so strong. It's because you're using the correct muscles. So the idea in Tai Chi, they say use your will and not strength. The will is the mind intent, not strength is the correct strength. Because if bending the knees is just a physical motion, and there's muscle contractions and there's relaxation, but how much do you contract the muscle? How much does it take to support your body weight? That's the question that has to be answered. And how is it answered? The body learns and deletes any erroneous excessiveness in motion. And then over time, it becomes a natural action. It doesn't require a lot of strength. So, one of the things that most people don't, possess as a skill is not knowing how much strength to use. It's a little bit excessive all the time. In fact, it could be very excessive, and then the body becomes exhausted halfway through the day because you're just carrying too much load in the muscles that shouldn't be working over time. So you learn to delete and the excessive, then you can get to do a lot more, on a functional level. But this is, a level of body understanding. I call it body intelligence. And as the body becomes more and more astute about what it can do and how to do it, eventually everything gets a lot easier. So that happens in anything that we do. Not just this, in any activity you do, any work you do. If you do it, efficiently, and that's what it's all about, is efficiency and preserving energy and so forth. So, all right, so that's just grass a sparrow's tail as a tutorial so that you could practice that as a unit. And you have your fundamentals, the warm-ups and so forth. So all of this supports everything that's going on in the form. So let's do the long form. And the advantage of doing the form is really the footwork. There's no other exercise that you can do that teaches you how to shift your weight to move directionally and integrate your hands and legs in this mapping. So because everything that we're doing is trying to build balance and mobility, the footwork is important. So that now in the form is all the legs. Your legs are the most important part of the movement. So now when you do your form, everything is relying on your shifting and setting up of the legs, and then the arms and legs have a relation. That's upper lower coordination. Right. All right, let's start from here. Ready? Preparation. Brush knee 4 times. Carry tiger to the mountain. These are your obliques. Brush knee and push with a 180-degree turn. Right side grasps the sparrow's tail. Single whip in the corner. Turn. Face the side mirror. Stroke across to fist under elbow. Neutral position, forward. Repulse the monkey. Lower the hands to the lower hoop. Here's carry tiger to the mountain with the twist stance. We worked on this last week. Open the stance. Horse stance. Spiral down to hold the ball. Diagonal flying and then repeat. So this piece takes us to the first brush knee and insert needle. Brush knee one time. Insert the needle. Fan through the back. Turn. Stroke down, parry and punch. Form the fist and step backwards. Divert, block and punch. Step up. Grasp the sparrow's tail. Okay, then we do a set of cloud hands. We hold the ball first, we shift, and we open and close the position. Turn to the corner, step out. Turn to the corner. Adjust your hips by opening and closing. Turn to the right corner. One more set. One more series. Adjust and pivot and pivot. Hook your wrists back to single whip. Then we pivot. This is where the kicks begin. So we'll go through the kicks first, then we'll go through a set of drills. Okay, set it up. Reverse the ball. Cross the forearms. Open, sit back, toe out to step up. Your right foot is in front. Fold the elbows and kick. That's your first instep kick. Cross the forearm. Open the arms. Flip it over. Toe out, step up. Left foot is forward. Fold the elbows and kick. Retreat. Pivot and make a 180-degree turn. Fold the elbows. Left heel kick. Set it up. Right side horizontal. Brush knee and push. Forward. Twist step, go to the left side. Left side, brush knee and push. Going back to the right side. Same procedure, but we change to a fist. Planting punch. And we turn. Step up. Set up. This is just like the first set of movements. The upper body. Lower body does the same. That's high pat the horse. We flip the hands, fold the elbows, cross behind, facing the corner. And let's continue to face the corner by setting up an oblique stance. Come through center with the right arm. Lean to the right. Drop your elbow. Stroke across, pass through the body to the other side. Like Jade Lady Work Shuttle, we clench the fist, it becomes Beat the Tiger. Lower hoop, cross the forearms, level the elbows, right heel kick, 2 punches to the ear. Stack your left hand on top, flip it over, toe out, step up. Elbows up. A parting leg, that's a semicircle. When you cross across in front and turn, toe heel pivot and end up here. Now your left hand's on top, drop it down, fold the elbows, lift the elbows, parting leg, stroke down, invert the hand and parry and punch. Then the form resumes, we form the fist and punch, and that's more sequential. But the kicks, that series, it seems like everyone's pretty good with it now after we've been doing it a while. But what posture within that series do we need to work on? Beat the Tiger? Or anything in there? Does high pat the horse, does everybody know what that is? That's when you cross the hands and they face each other, so they level out and they open. So opening can be done in different ways, right? When we cross the hands and we just spread the hands, then it opens. But we don't want to do it by expanding from the shoulder. We want to expand by pulling in the elbows. So when you pull the elbows in, not with a lot of strength, it's just pivoting in. So when it pivots in, you're essentially dropping your shoulder and relaxing your shoulder. So when you relax the elbow and sink the elbow, then the shoulder will drop down. So that's avoiding the physical side of the motion. So when you cross your hands and you go like this, and you go like this, it becomes very physical because you're not using one of your joints. It's your elbow. So when we're here and we flip it over and we cross, our elbows have to be pliable so that you can find the horizontal position. And then when you move your body, there's minute adjustments that allow you to open the arms. And then when you sit back and you just fold this elbow and turn, your hands are going to merge in a different dimension. And you fold your elbows, you lift your elbows, and then you open just like you do the drill for the kick. So the term folding is different from bending. You take a piece of paper and you bring this side to this side, it folds. So your elbow is doing essentially that. But that's a passive active thing where you take your hand and you go like that and you flip it over. And it's a folding motion. In now folding, we don't want to just bring this to here. We have the capacity to drop this elbow and that will fold. Just like when you bring your knees forward, your knees will bend. If you relax your hip and your body starts to descend, your knees will fold. What doesn't allow it to fold? Tension. Tension doesn't allow your knees to fold. So you can't sink into your stance because there's resistance. That resistance is what we call tension, and that's your body fighting it. So doing Tai Chi is this battle in your own body. You're fighting your own movements. So you want to let go of that and let your joints relax, and you turn, and you turn. Now this is not folding, this is rounding. Angular positions allow for folding. Folding can be in different spaces. It doesn't necessarily mean just here. So if I go like this, if I turn like this, that's a folding. So folding becomes passive movement driven by something else. So all passive movement is part of a function of, whereas active movement is initiated from somewhere. So those are terms used, but the thing is, understanding movement in space and the mechanics and motion really comes from realizing what really happens. So when we're here, we turn and we bring the hands in. Some of it is this, right? Because that's initiated move. Some of it is this, where your body sort of moves around points in space. So when my hand moves, it finds center, and it finds center by reversing the ball. You have one vertical, one horizontal. But if I turn my body and it finds center, that's two-dimensional motions combining together to create the folding, the active, and the passive position. Then when you do this, there's the folding of the elbows and the body and the hips. Now you open and you sit back and relax. You turn and turn. Shift, expand, and collapse or fold. Lift and extend. So that becomes the right side kick, and it's also the same movements that's in Beat the Tiger. But when you fold and unfold and you allow this to happen, everything is actually driven by your body. It's not initially you learn arm movements, but once your body knows those positions, then it becomes manipulation of skeletal structure driven by your core or your center or some part of your body that's related to that. That's a relationship. Like a push is in the legs, but the direction is in the waist. So the torso and the legs blend together as one, harmonious unit. So that's really complex, sophisticated motion that your body wants to learn to become more efficient. So we'll pick it up from the kicks, and we're minor on the other end. So we start off here, 1, 2, 3. We're going to go through the form. This is the first instep kick. And we set up. That's your setup, vertical to horizontal. Open, flip it over, fold, lift, and expand. Turn. Fold the elbows, left heel kick. Settle into your stance, turn to the right, brush knee and push. Left side, brush knee and push. Right side, planting punch. Turn, parry and punch. That's your back fist. Step up, same as the first set of motions. High pat the horse, toe pivot, corner position, open the stance, cross behind. Bring your left hand to vertical, bring your right hand to vertical. Once you open the stance, turn to your right. Drop your elbows, turn. Here's your left side position, clench the fist, spin back to the front, lower the hands, cross the forearms, right heel kick. 2 punches in. All this is a upper hoop position. Cross the forearms, flip it over, open the stance. Now when you cross over, shift your weight to the toe and then the heel of the opposite foot. Flip your hands over. Now you're facing the mirror there. Okay. Parting leg. Then we're going to stroke down, invert the hand, parry and punch. Form resumes. We know this from the beginning. Divert, block and punch. Cross the arms, leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Carry tiger to the mountain. Cross the forearms. Another set of obliques. So this is brush knee and push. And go forward. Twist and turn. Forward, grasp the sparrow's tail. Hook your wrist and turn all the way to the front. Instead of the oblique, we turn here to do our right side diagonal flying after we reverse the ball. Then we're going to turn here and do pop the horse's main movements. And that's just another vertical down. Hold the ball, spread the hands. Step up. Stroke down. Pop the horse's main left, step up again. 2 more right sides, so that's a right dominant movement. And once we finish those, we're going to go into the full corner movements with Jade Lady work shuttle upper body. Then we turn by pivoting, double step, forward and back, forward and down. Pop the horse's mane. Cross corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sit back, pivot. Shift your weight and pivot. Step and step. 1, 2, 3. Stroke down, grasp the sparrow's tail, and hook your wrist back to the front. Second set of cloud hands. Hook your wrists, back to single whip. Turn. Cover hand, that's the left side movement. Snake 6 out tongue, horizontal and a vertical line. 1, 2, pull down. Cross hands, lift the right knee. Golden cockerel stands on one leg. Find your center. And everything lines up in the center. Let's golden cockerel on the opposite side. Go to vertical, reverse the stance, and this is repulse the monkey again. Go to neutral, right, lower hoop, scissor stance, lift up, open the stance, hold the ball, repeat, and then you do a brush knee and push. And this is the same sequence. Insert the needle, fan through the back, turn, stroke down, parry and punch, step forward, form the fist, and punch. Divert, block, and punch. Step up, grasp the sparrow's tail, single whip, third set of cloud hands. Then we turn, we do a setup, and this sets up, reverse the ball, left palm strikes face, sit back, cross the arms like this, and then we're going to swing across lotus kick, and we'll go to the left, brush knee and push. Then we go forward, twist step, planting punch, we'll punch down the crotch. Step up, grasp the sparrow's tail again. We're back to single whip. Cloud hands are done, but we have one more downward posture that we have to repeat to make it so that we do 2 sets of practically everything in the form. Cross the hands, retreat, pivot, that's a 180-degree turn, ride the tiger, left palm strikes face, turn, double lotus, Draw bow to shoot tiger. Set up for palm strikes face again. Turning to parry and punch, same setup. It's a single lotus, but turns to parry and punch a back fist. Set up again. High pat the horse, so the same procedure. Step up to two neutral positions, grasp the sparrow's tail. Hook your wrist, turn back to the front. Hold the ball. Reverse the ball the second time. Second right side diagonal flying. Close the form. Okay, see? Deep breathing. Do you see how easy it is? Uh-huh. Yeah, so we have to work each of those, postures separately so that you have a sort of a way to practice it, just like we did the grasp the sparrow's tail. Because when you first learn the sequence, it's all sequential memory. Right? Just memorize. But the body hasn't adapted. So your body has to go through this adapting, understanding. So, what the body doesn't know and can't do is mainly because the information coming from here is not correct. Because it doesn't really, it's not able to interpret the movement. So although movement is universal, whether it's dance, any type of action, every culture has some kind of, movement related to space. But, with Tai Chi, there's a lot of principles and concept because there's one thing beyond dance, which is intent and functionality. Not necessarily just martial arts, but that you move your body a certain way. And those principles can be lost in translation. So the translation has to be, that's the way you communicate. So by just watching, you don't know what you're really doing. So you need these principles and concepts to interpret what the movements should be like. And that, whether it's soft, how do you make movements softer? How do you move your body in a certain position by manipulating your skeleton, and what is muscle memory? So. You're always knowing it up here. It's this that's so this doesn't recognize it, Okay, ready? Yeah. You have a what? Oh yeah, yeah.